grave? Have you been broken off and shut down? Do you ever see your face? Have you ever fired those guns off, shooting signals on the range? Live in the moment, don't miss a chance. If she doesn't look, if he doesn't dance, don't hesitate, we live in a trance. Late night I fell for you. Late night I fell for you. Everything that I do feels alright when I'm next to you. Late night I fell for you. Late night I fell for you. Everything that I do feels alright when I'm next to you. Alright when I'm next to you. Fella who's a fighter, let me fight for you. She been on my line saying come out over. Said her sofa keeps getting colder. Talking all night next to you. I feel as if I'm close to you. I'm bringing back the memories I made with you. So close your eyes and let me through. Close your eyes and let me through. You know I can make you feel the things you want me to. I'm just loving on your thighs.
Okay, cool. I exist. Maybe. I don't know. It's kind of silly. Am I having issues? Fuck. You're not safe with me here. Hello. HC. How's it going? We're playing the puzzle game again. And also my CPU is at 85% for some godforsaken reason. Why? I know why. I think my antivirus is running right now. Hold up. I think it's running. It's not. It's not. Then why is it doing that? I'm dying. Are you like sick or is it the paperwork? Wait, no, the week's over. Is it the paperwork? It's probably the paperwork. Should work Saturday again? No, that explains a lot actually. You're still sick? Yeah, I simply cannot figure out what's happening. Feel well, I can barely think. You work next weekend? I think you should go to the doctor's office. Thoughts? What is this playlist, dude? What am I listening to? We're playing. Yes, that's so much fun. It's nice having you here at least. You should probably drink like a ton of water. You literally do not have a time. By the time I'd get in, it'd be over anyways. I don't think that's how the doctor's office works. I mean, I'd rather wait like 5 hours than like go to the ER. I'll be real with you. That's just me though. That's just me though. Anyways, a lot of stuff happened in the last 3 days. The ER costs money. Sheesh. Me when I have an unexpected health issue. No money. Broke. I was gonna do something. Oh yeah, I was gonna play the game. I don't know. They probably just tell me to fuck off. That's kind of I don't think that's how doctors work. I'm gonna be real. I might be pissed. I'm friends with my doctors. They love me. I don't know why they love me. I think that they think that I'm stupid and they find that lovable. I don't know. Okay, where is this game though? I honestly forgot what it's called. It's like Island of Insight or something. Yeah, Islands of Insight open playtest. Oh my god. Just you have the flu, stay home, rest like you've been doing. I mean, the flu is pretty bad. The flu is still pretty bad. The fluid's pretty bad. No, it's like yeah. No, the fluid's pretty bad. I don't think you have to stay home for that. I think you take antibiotics for that. Okay, someone just sent a list of artists' songs that on a DM. That's not how you do a playlist. Drink! Hello, the dialogue. Thank you for the water. I didn't have water. So, what's up, what's good? Ah, my headphones got stuck in my chair. No. Oh, why is it doing this? Why is it doing this? Antibiotics not too. I know it's some medicine. I don't know what it is. I am no expert. I'm kind of stuck on. What the hell happened to my headphones? They're like stuck in my chair. What the? How did you do that? How did you do that? What? The wire's like stuck in the chair. What? What the hell is happening? That's so stupid. Ah. Ow! Sandra, you were dumb. Dude, it was like tangled in the chair for some reason. I don't know why. I'm like scared now what's gonna happen to like other wires. It got like tangled in the wheel. How? I don't understand how. It's never happened before. Anyways, I need to read a chat because I was busy dying. My room is clean. The only thing I have to clean technically is I need to do laundry tomorrow. And like that's it. Everything else is clean. My bed's made. The walls are nice. Everything's hung up where it needs to be. Look, I'm looking. Oh, sorry, I'm gonna read chat. Are you okay? Clearly not. I had to flip over my chair to get it out. Managed to do 3 levels in Vermintide. You were carried. I love Vermintide. Hey guys, it's Evan. As long as it's not Tay-bad. Yeah, it's not Tay-bad. Tay's room is something else. We don't talk. Sure, I can literally. I don't want to take a picture. You're right. Anyways, how's it going, everyone? I forgot this game was in first person. Oh, I forgot I could change it. Okay, cool. We're here now. As a tutorial. What are these? Activate the flow orbs. Touch all 6 floor. It's a parkour challenge? You're joking. Where's the last one? What? It's been cleaning her room? Good. Nice, nice. Did she just wake up? Or are you just going to sleep? I don't know, dude. I don't talk to Tay. Because she's mean to me. You suck? Dude, I don't know where the last one was. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It was like right here, wasn't it? I fucking missed it. Can I start it from like different places though? Let's see. I can. I can. Okay, 7 seconds is possible though. 7 seconds is possible though. 7 seconds is possible though. Come on. I fucked it up already. Yeah, no, I messed that one up. 7 seconds is possible. It probably has something to do with the upgrades. It's so weird that these exist. Yeah, a lot of them are just receive additional XP. Increase number of hints. Increase XP. Increase number of map markers. Automatically form connections with all visible sentinel stones. Don't know what she's up to. Yesterday she went to the dentist. Damn, she's being healthy. There is mods in chat. Anyways, I was gonna say something. I forgot what it was though. If we start from here instead. So whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Okay, 7 seconds. It's so doable though. It is so fucking doable. I need to turn really quick on that last one. Oh yeah, I was gonna talk about everything that happened in like the last like 2 days, dude. So what's it called? I didn't stream on Thursday because we had let's go. Because we had I had my first official esports match. Why is the frame rate so bad? I already fixed all the settings. The esport? Yes, the esport. Why is this off? This has to be at like 60, 120. There we go. The distance, everything's off. This is because this game is unoptimized and practically malware. Stop lying to me. See, I fixed it. I'm actually kind of smart. I don't know what this is. I think that's for another world. Hey, it's one of these again. That doesn't mean you're on the E-Boy? No, it doesn't. Anyways, let me tell you how it went. It started at 8. We got 2 matches. I mean, with 2 different teams. So one at 8, and then one at like 9-ish, I think. Like the first one, this was our first, all of our first times doing esports, so no one knew what was going on at all. Neither did the opposite team, which was comforting, I guess. Also, I dropped the cap to my water bottle. Where the hell did it go? It's actually gone. Huh? Why? Where did it go? Where did you go? It's gone. Hold up. It's not. It disappeared. What? Oh wait, what? Where did it go? What the fuck? Where did it go? How did it get there? It's behind my book bag. What? That's so weird. Dude, I'm losing myself today. Anyways, yeah, no. Esports 2 matches. The first match went okay. We lost the first game. The second game we got 1 point. We won the second game, right? And then we lost the third game. And so overall we lost. We lost overall. We lost, shocker, shut up! Anyways. Next round, we got absolutely rolled. Because one of our teammates starts getting super fucking stressed for no reason. And then just literally can't play correctly. And they DC. So, we lose in that round. The first round was just fucking skill. The second round is just we got fucked over. I did see you today while gaming. Oh yeah, that wasn't for esports. I was technically practicing, but I was playing with some other people as well. Big orb. But yeah, no, that all happened. Fun stuff, you know. Was it stress teammates? No, it wasn't me. I was the tank. But good news is our coach watched the matches and he gave everyone like feedback and stuff, right? He didn't have any for me, so that I'm taking that as, oh, you did like a pretty good job, you know. So I was like, that's a win. That's a win. Because this one. It wasn't me, he said. It wasn't me! I asked the coach if he had anything to say to me. He's like, no, you just keep doing what you're doing. And I'm like, yo, I'm doing great. What's he doing? He was support, which kind of sucked, because that means I kept dying. But that also means everyone else kept dying. But also, they were playing Lucio, so like... You can already imagine how that went. Not too well. Not too well, I'll tell you. Coach just said shit was a real bro moment. Was a few for me, yes. For everyone else, he actually gave like good feedback, and I was just sitting in the voice call. I was like, because none of what he said like was towards me, and I was like, damn, I think I played pretty well then. He managed speeds or heal. I'm gonna be honest. I think the Lucio was lost half the game, because I didn't even see him. I'm gonna be real. Either means he did so badly he wasn't able to find anyone to tell you the fix, or you're so good that he wasn't sure what you could have done better. We're gonna pretend it's the second one. Anyways, so the game's end. Immediately after that, immediately after the coach like runs us down on what we could have done better, the fucking support quits, and so now we don't have an official team anymore. And so what I did on Friday, and so I slept on that basically. I woke up Friday. I fixed my sleep schedule, sort of. I was so tired. Wait, no. Oh, wait, no. Okay, so what happened was I couldn't sleep on Thursday. So I ended up staying awake until the next day started. And I just like in the middle of the night at like, it was like 4 AM. I was like, there's no point in going to fucking sleep, because my breakfast was at 7 and my first class was like 8:30. So what I decided to do, I get my ass up, go take a shower, do some homework, and before I know it, it's time for breakfast. And so I just got my day started there. I wasn't actually tired throughout the entire day, surprisingly. I think it's because I kept myself busy most of the time. So like as the day goes on, the team's just like talking about what do we do now that we're missing a member? Like, are we still gonna be able to compete and all that? And me, with my very intelligent brain, I'm like, I'm just gonna advertise the team. White people happy. You guys wanna know how I did that? You guys wanna know how I did that? So I spent an hour getting a cardboard. I'm gonna show you guys. No. I need yeah, you saw it? Yeah. I'm gonna show you what I did. I was desperate. Where is it? Here it is. I was desperate, dude. Is it so small? Are you so small? Enlarge. You can see my feet and my book bag and my gym bag. And so I made this beauty of a sign. So I didn't have any of the sign making materials, so I had to go to a store. I bought the cardboard. I bought a stick. Oh, no, stop! I found a stick. I don't see any part about it good. I don't remember why we cannot join. The team, they just won't let me. Right, the conversation already left my mind. Yeah, they just won't let me. They don't want anyone who's not a student join the college team. But yeah, no, fucking it's the team logo and then the name, and then I just like I had to look up references for everything. It's like, we need a support. Help me, please. I'll buy you McDonald's. Oh yeah, it's a college team, so they don't want anyone who's not from the college or was previously from the college. I know, but yeah, no, we have that. It's pretty good. Pretty based even. So I'm carrying in and out of game. Dude, on God. I was like, hey guys, I'm gonna try to advertise. And they're like, you should make a sign. And I did. And I was like, yo, anyone wanna do this with me? And everyone's like, no, I have class. They're like, oh, I'm too far away. And every time I brought it up throughout the day, they were like, oh no, I have class. And so what I ended up doing was I just make the sign and I just start walking around with it for like 6 hours. People actually like to walk up to me and were like, hey man, what's this about? And like asks and stuff, so it's pretty nice. You're carrying the team. Honestly, I joined by like I joined for the funnies, so I kind of don't want to be like a piece of shit. Right, but yeah, no. The sentence gives me chills. Were there any of the teams on your team? Not really. I think a lot of them wanted to be toxic, but they were holding back like tremendously. Like I could tell, I could hear it in their voices. But yeah, no, we did that. I had a sign. Sometimes surprises happen. Dude, I'm a good person, I swear. Anyways, we do that, right? Walk around for 6 hours. People, when I was making the sign, people just stared at me. I was like, why does this guy have like a giant like poster board, like a piece of cardboard and duct tape and a Sharpie? Like, what is he doing? It was funny. You could sense the racial slurs on the tip of their tongues, dude, honestly. Forced riding fanboy, are you? What does that mean? What are you talking about? I'm gonna ignore that. Anyways. Okay, what does that mean though? Stop. Yes, no. This is a wholesome stream. Very wholesome. Anyways. Yeah, I did that. I ended up having to carry the sign into like one of my classes. Oh, you mistyped, I see. You meant to say that. You meant to say that in another chat, didn't you? Yeah, it's fine. Now I'm wondering who the fuck you were. I was wondering who you're gonna send it to. Anyways. Yeah, no, that happens. If you want them to Google it, Saundering like the completely different concepts. That's so rude, but you're kind of half right. Anyways. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, that happens. Yeah, a couple people talk to me. None of them like sign up or anything. Like I didn't have anything to make them sign up. I was kind of just like hoping they'd give me a Discord. Not in Google. It was a guy with my friends in Discord. It's fine. It's fine. I too kiss the homies goodnight. That's a lie. I don't kiss people. I'm never gonna lose my virginity because I don't lose. We don't lose. We don't lose. Never lose weight because you don't lose. What can I say? I'm too good. Anyways. Yeah, and that was Friday. And so what happens on Friday, I do all that and I end up being like pleasantly tired. I got home at like 6. I was gonna stream yesterday. I got home at like 6, took a nap. My plan was, oh, I'm gonna wake up in 2 hours, stream, and go back to sleep. I woke up at like 9 or 10. Smile. And I was like, you know what? Might as well just go to sleep at this point. Not generally cannot think of something I'm less interested in the sex type of people I talk to on Discord. On God. I was in a small Overwatch tournament yesterday. Did you win though? That's the real question. Did you like win? Did you or did you not? The answer is no. You know what was happening. 3rd place? That's probably gonna be better than me. You know, that was yesterday. And today I was gonna wake up and do laundry, but I got lazy, so I just did homework. So I gotta do it tomorrow. And after this, I need to watch a movie for an assignment. The assignment's really easy. It's just the movie's an hour. Am I stupid? Yeah, the movie's an hour. It's my only issue. Why? Put it on? I mean, it's technically not gonna. You guys wanna watch a documentary about urban planning? Because it's technically not gonna dox me. Sure. So I watch a documentary about urban planning. What the fuck? Why not? Okay, fine. I just have this pause because I guarantee you I will go back to this game if I get bored watching it at any point. Alright, where is it? Here we go. Let me pause some music. Alright. Yeah. Oh shit, why is it so big? I made a mistake. Oh no. Why is it so big? We really fun in the documentary has to be specific. It's about New York City, I think. So I think it's fine. It's about cities in general. So it should be fine. I actually like DM someone earlier to see if they wanted to watch it with me. I literally watched a documentary on the decay of corpses on Discord with random people. Make sure you aren't about to get whacked Let's check my DMC. Would they DMCA this funny little movie? Hold up. The name's like in the corner. You can't see it because the hamster's there. Okay, Google. I'm not gonna search it up on Google actually because it's gonna dox me. Also, the professor who assigned this was advocating for like VLC media player, which I was like, damn, I've heard of it. I never knew it like existed. Message me next time you have to watch a documentary, dude. I may or may not respond. Well, how does that help? You know what? Okay. What's it called? Social life of small urban places. DMCA. Anything can be DMCA. So yesterday's conversation about the player that quit. Yeah, no, they got mad. They quit. I had to find a replacement, so I went carrying a sign. Fun times. They were nice though. I don't know why they quit. Kinda sad. Kinda sad. Cause what if I want to bruh? You the best sign spitting though. We did find a replacement. One of them just asked their buddies to join, which is nice. I technically spun the sign because it was really windy, so I was like fighting for my life to like not lose it. Let me see. It does have copyright, but it might be expired by now. Because this was like this is like super old. Yeah, 1980. We should be fine. This was documented in 1980. Perfect, dude. I'm good at like that. Alright, there's no subtitles, so everyone pay attention. It's not loading. Scared the hell out of me. There you go. It's movie time. It's very loud. That's better. I think that's better. It's louder than me. I switch scenes by accident. Okay, everyone, grab your popcorn. Watching a documentary by William H. White.
This is the plaza of the Seagram building in New York. Late morning. With a time-lapse camera, we were testing a hypothesis. The sun, we were pretty sure, would be the chief factor in determining where people would sit or not sit. Now, just after 12, they begin to sit. Right where the sun is. I was enormously pleased.
Not toxic to the point
perfectly splendid correlation.
I was being nice to them. We were playing it yesterday to practice.
See later, but it was a very encouraging way to start. We were studying the Seagram Plaza because it was one of the most popular. Many people didn't think that it would be, but it was, and we wanted to find out why. Our research group, the Street Life Project, had been observing other kinds of city spaces. One was a block of 101st Street in East Harlem. We didn't know it at the time, but almost every factor that later we were to find was important for a city space, we could have found out right here. The clues were right under our noses. We had studied play areas, such as this adventure playground. It was a very good one, too. Wonderfully messy, lots of dirt and mud and the water that kids love so much. Sometimes it was crowded, and this was a problem that we were very interested in because we had started out with a great concern over the problem of urban overcrowding. But the more we studied this play area and other play areas, the more we began to realize that the great problem of these spaces is not overuse, but underuse. Even this playground, a very good one, on a day like now, which is a beautiful day in July, sometimes is almost completely empty except for the play directors. When we looked at the center of the city, we found underuse was even more apparent. Most office building plazas were empty most of the time, even at lunch on a beautiful day. Now, it wasn't meant to be that way. The city had been giving bonuses, floor space bonuses, to builders for providing plazas. If the builders did, they could add more floors to their building. And so they did. They built the extra floors and got all that extra money, and in return, they gave these empty spaces. In other cities, whether through the bonus provision or not, builders seem to come up with the same kind of dreary, empty spaces. But some plazas had lots of people, such as Seagram. Suppose we could find out what it was that made the good ones work and the others not. We put the matter to the Planning Commission. They said if we could nail down the answers, back them up with facts, they would draw up a new zoning resolution for open spaces. So we went to work. We set up cameras for time-lapse coverage of a cross-section of spaces, about 14 plazas and 3 small parks. But our main technique was simple, direct observation. We made up maps for each of the spaces, and then we would go around periodically and map where the people sat, what they were doing, what the time of day was, the temperature, and so on. And it doesn't take much longer to do this than to make a simple head count. But as you build up the record, a number of patterns begin to appear. The first thing that strikes you is the extraordinary diversity of activity. People reading, eating, talking, playing games. The sociability is really rather important. We found that the proportion of people in groups can tell you a number of things. The most used plazas tend to have a higher proportion of people in 2s and 3s than the less successful ones. But the most sociable plazas also have, in absolute numbers, the greatest number of individuals. A busy place, for some reason, seems to be the most congenial kind of place if you want to be alone, or talk, as this man is, to oneself. The number one activity is people looking at other people, but it is a point that is overlooked in many, many designs. Here are the girl watchers. They're a bit disdainful, sort of looking down their nose as though the girls weren't quite worthy of their talents. But it's all machismo. We have never, ever seen a girl watcher make a pass at a girl. We've seen very few others do that, for that matter. For some reason, there isn't much mixing. Those 2 blondes might as well be several miles away for all the attention, ostensible attention, that's going to be paid to them. Note the 2 men circling in the background. This is a rather characteristic pattern. We call it a traveling conversation, and you will see them move in sort of an orbit, ever circling right out in front of the plaza. Lovers. If you want to see the lovers, people told us, look in the back. We did. They weren't there. They're out front. Most of the lovers that we spotted at Seagram's were usually to be found in the middle of the pool ledge, one side or the other, the most conspicuous of spots. This fellow is going to look at his watch to see if he can spare a bit more time. Another fine place is the corner. There's usually an audience there, and one gets the feeling that the actors don't mind this in the slightest. Let's look now at some of the physical features and how they affect use. Notice the narrow strip between the pool and the ledge. The architects purposely made it narrow. They didn't want people to be tempted to use the ledge and perhaps fall off. They didn't make it quite narrow enough. One can negotiate it. A little bit of trouble for older people, which it tends to filter out. But younger people find it a definite challenge. The ledge has become one of the most popular of spots and attracts a rather raffish element. At peak times, the front ledge is the most heavily used, especially by younger people who tend to the front. These elegantly simple steps are a very important feature. They're low and they're easy. They're easy to go up and down. They're also easy to sit on, and in the corner has a right angle that's fine for groups. But there's a problem. The corners of the steps are precisely where the main flow of people to and from the buildings can be found.
Taking notes.
Yet this is where people like to stand and to sit and to block the traffic.
Honestly, during the summer, I would understand.
There are usually a few feet here and there for passage, and though sometimes it does get a little difficult, and you have to pick your way very carefully. But it's a friendly kind of congestion, and later things do clear up a bit. Now we come to another junction, the street corner. It has a social life of its own, and as we saw a little bit earlier with those two orbiting executives, it connects with the life of the plaza. The corner is a great place for impromptu conferences, especially so around about 2 o'clock when the lunch groups break up. When people stop to talk, they don't move off to one side, they move smack into the middle of the traffic stream.
Okay.
This corner in front of the city court.
You heard that? You hear that? That shit happened to me. That happens every fucking day here, dude. I'm so pissed. I'd be walking in like one of the buildings and there's just like a group of like 5 or 6 people just standing in the middle of the fucking route. Like, move over, dude. Like, there was literally like a walkway. It was like 20 feet wide. These guys standing in the fucking middle. It was like pretty crowded too, so it's like you couldn't just go around them like at last second. They were just standing there. Though this pissed me off. That pisses me off though. Skill. It's not a skill issue, dude. I'm on it. That's so funny. It's so stupid. Wait, I'm already gonna know about what he just said. Hold on. Kurt's gonna track conversations. I was standing in the middle. Social sciences. I would say, would you make space, please? And I do say, like, sometimes I say just excuse me really fucking loud so they move. But, like, it's like painful sometimes. Sometimes it's painful. Especially because some of those groups aren't, like, savory people, I guess. I know there's a group in this college that just does drugs, and they just don't hide it. Like, I'd be walking down the street, and I just see one of them, like, smoke weed. And then someone, like, actually smokes cigarettes, not even, like, weed or vape, it's just fucking cigarettes. And we don't ask what they do. Yeah, no. Yeah. Anyways, back to the movie.
Has a very high frequency of such meetings, and the #1 spot for them is the geographic center. Another favored spot is the front of the steps leading to the subway, and even at rush hour. A third is at the corner, directly athwart the north-south pedestrian flow. And these heavy flows, of course, are a reason why chance encounters are such a high probability here, and why there's so many hellos and goodbyes, and particularly protracted goodbyes. There's another kind of activity we call people just standing there, alone.
That's me for real.
Life swirls about, and they let it all pass by. They just stand there. Back to Seagram's. When we plotted the off-peak use, we found that over the long haul, this rear space is the most favored. It's the best of both worlds. You can see the show up front. You're not cut off from it at all. But under those trees, you feel protected. It's a little like being under the awning of a cafe. As we move from the rear, we see another aspect of the place that's quite fascinating, the movement of people across it. Choreography is wonderful, and choreography really is the right word. The way people move, circle, stop, speed up, the colors they wear. There's a beauty that they must often sense themselves. You see none of this in architectural photographs, usually quite empty of people. But visually, this movement is the ultimate test of a design. And there's a lot of skill here. We track people on scores of crossing patterns with a digital timer, and never do they collide. A tiny hand signal, a brief retard, a tenth of a second. The timing is absolutely superlative. Think of the computers, the radar it would take to make their equivalent. Now, what's not taking place? People don't often stop to talk in the middle of a large space. They like to find places, steps, edges, flagpoles. Here's a map of a week's activity. The red squares are where people stop to talk, 51 instances in all. Only a few were in the center. We come to the question, why do some plazas work and others not? We rank 15 plazas by the average number of people sitting, running somewhere from around 170 down to about, a handful, 20 or 30. Now, most of these plazas are comparable in size. Why, then, the difference? Was it the amount of open space? No. If anything, there's a reverse correlation. What about sittable space? And here we get a bit closer. And had we ranked these in terms of qualitative sitting, we would have a much clearer relationship. We checked many other things: elevation, male-female ratio, space use, and so on, charts in stupefying succession. But as we put them all together, one major finding began to shine through, and I now share it with you.
People tend to sit where there are places to sit.
This might not strike you as an intellectual bombshell, but this simple lesson is one that very few cities have ever heeded. They're tough places to sit in. And what's most aggravating are the number of plazas that would be excellent for sitting if only they weren't so high, or wet, or had fussy little railings placed to get you right in the small of the back. Here, another 2 inches and you'd be comfortable. Shrubbery and canted ledges, very useful for keeping people off. But we found that people are very adaptable. Press down on your heel and you can do it. Sometimes you got to play rough. But, as we found out, people are very adaptable. Older people like to sit in the sun here. Can't have that. Management put in these stones, and now the older people don't sit here anymore. This artifact is a design object, the purpose of which is to punctuate architectural photographs. It has some utility as a bench, but is usually placed in isolation. The dimensions are exquisitely wrong, and not just for physical reasons, important as they may be. Small benches are socially awkward. If there's a crowd, people will sit, but they're not very relaxed about it. So to the first recommendation, make the place sittable. Minimum suggested requirement, one...
Okay, so like for those benches that just like go randomly outside and like really kind of like thick, I guess, most of them are made of like stone. At least the ones that aren't in like the ones that are in like really crowded places are made of like wood and stuff, but the ones that are like in like really popular places, quote unquote popular, are made of stone. So like they get heated up super fast when they're in the sun too. So it's kind of weird to sit on them, especially like in the summer or if it's just super sunny one day.
Linear foot of sitting space for every 30 square feet of open space. It's easy to meet. They did it at Seagram's by leaving it sittable. Inherently, most places are, or should be. And for a lesson in this, let's go to St. Mark's Square in Venice. The chairs of the cafes are what you first notice. But look closer and you'll see that there is a great deal of sitting space built into the plaza, ledges and steps, and not inadvertently either. Those early urban designers were way ahead of us in providing the simple amenities. Where the nobles once hatched their intrigues, by the imbroglio, as they call it, there are tourists, but the sitting patterns are much the same. Moral, make the most of ledges, especially the front row. And make them 2 backsides deep. The point is not to double the number of sitters, but to give them more choice, and this is very important for their perception of crowding or not crowding. Here's an excellent example. Note how each surface can do double duty. Together they provide almost an infinity of sitting combinations. Step ledges are good, and they offer lots of choice. They go very well with grass, grass that you can sit on. Planters make good sitting if they're not too high, as too many are. They should be low, and they should be hospitable. Here's a ledge which swings and is equally popular, front or back.
Where's that?
A sitting table which revolves. The most prolifically sittable place is 77 Water Street, sometimes known as Swingers Plaza. It has chairs, tables, benches, sitting sculpture, but it's the maze of ledges that make this place work so very well. And here are some of the swingers. Question: how many people is too many? The Planning Commission was concerned about this. If plazas were made more inviting, might not they attract so many people as to befoul them? How could carrying capacity be determined? To get at these questions, we studied 10 very intensively used places, among them this ledge at Seagram. First, we studied spacing. Here, a little before noon, is the beginning of a crowd. The men, you'll note, are sitting quite close together, even though there's a lot of extra space. As we saw earlier, the step corner is a very high traffic area, and here is where the buildup will be concentrated. As a place fills, the dense areas will get denser, very much as they do at beaches. We're going to see a time-lapse record of lunchtime at the ledge, from noon until a little bit before 2. Notice the very heavy turnover, but notice also that a remarkable thing is taking place. Despite the heavy turnover, the number of people is remaining quite constant. Here's a chart, a sort of piano player roll, of where and how long each person sat. It starts at 9 a.m. with 2 people. From 12 to 2, we get the heavy use. Note that in the running total at the bottom, the number of people stays between 19 and 21. Good spacing, you might say. No, that doesn't really explain it. The spacing is erratic, and even at the peak moments, there's plenty of room for extra people, even groups of people, but they don't come. I think that what we are seeing is the result of an instinctive feel that people have for the number that's right for a place, the number that's right overall, and that is its effective capacity. To put it another way, capacity is self-leveling. Many people will tell you that the 2 pleasantest, quietest, least crowded places in New York are Paley Park and Greenacre Park. They certainly are among the smallest. Paley is 42 by 100 feet, Greenacre 65 by 100.
I've seen Greenacre, it's actually kind of small.
At peak times, the density of leading plazas runs up to about 11 people per 1,000 square feet. Paley and Greenacre go almost off the chart. They are the most crowded by far, and often quite noisy. In the mind's eye, they are not. One's perception is of quiet, of peace, of choice. One of the things that we did to try and find out how come this rather interesting difference between perception and fact was the daily buildup of table use. And here in this animated chart, you will see the black dots are for men, the red for women. Notice, by the way, the tendency of men to take the front row and the women the rear. Now, as the day goes on, the patterns remain quite consistent, and so they do day after day. But this Olympian perspective can be rather misleading. What we see looking down is regularity. Now, this is the truth, but it's only a partial one. Get down to eye level, the way people see the place, and you don't see regularity. Instead, you see sort of an amiable miscellany. People are placed this way and that. Some people are declaratively alone, others grouped around tables. Choices are always opening up. Now, this is extremely high density right here. The people are fairly close to each other, and yet the social distances are quite comfortable. In this particular case, the social distance might be a little too close. We come to that wonderful invention, the movable chair. It's one of the reasons you have such a feeling of choice at places like Paley or Greenacre. You are doing the deciding. It's very interesting to watch how people manipulate chairs. Here you can sort of tell there's going to be a rather aggressive movement. Now, whatever the purpose of all this rearranging, it does make for a rather pleasant social ritual, and you'll see many variants of this, often quite lengthy. Even when there's no apparent functional reason of any kind, people move chairs. Watch this girl. Now, she's no more in the sun than she was before. Watch this fellow. Very unusual behavior.
Videos.
This man is starting something. Soon we're going to have a game of musical chairs. Just why these men all started to move, one could never know.
But they did. It's only an hour long. I'll probably go back and play the game afterwards. Like just submit the assignment afterwards. It's just like responding to the movie. Oh, this dude stood up and the other guy going out.
The interesting thing, though, is about 4 minutes after the beginning of this, all the chairs were back where they started from. Fixed, individual seats don't work very well. For lovers, love seats are all right. The distances are quite comfortable, but not for most people. Furthermore, chairs like this are telling you, you sit here and you sit there. The most important thing about a space is its relationship to the street. And Paley is a fine example. People do speak of it as a refuge, as a place to escape from the city. This is very wrong. Paley is an intensely urban place, and one of its great assets is the vigorous street life out in front of it, and for that matter, within it. As many people will be entering and leaving and touring the inside of Paley as you'll find on many a busy sidewalk. Passers-by are important too. About half will turn in and look, and about a half of them will smile. I haven't calculated a smile index, that would be much too solemn. But this visual enjoyment, this secondary use, is every bit as important as the primary use. Paley is a site, a place to show people, to point to with pride, to discuss. Children seem particularly entranced with Paley.
Basically a park. I wonder if these places still look the same now.
We've noticed there's quite a tendency for them to run in and accelerate as they come to the steps. Passers-by will often do a double take and then walk on in. They're just a few easy steps. You don't have to make a decision. You're almost drawn in. And here, with older people, you'll sometimes see, as with children, a slight acceleration as they go up the steps.
Pushed so well the first comp. Didn't match the push to the end on the left.
The vestibule is a social place in its own right. Those girl watchers swilling beer actually spoke to these girls.
Times, you later Skywalker.
You'll see mothers with their children. People just standing there, waiting. It's a popular place to meet people. You'll see people meeting for, again, 100% conversations.
Speaking of meeting people, I walked into the wrong room. I think it was either Friday, Thursday, when I went to try and go boxing. And what's it called? There was it felt so wrong because there was someone stretching in there. There was a girl stretching in there because I think they're part of the dance team, and I walk in and they have like their butt pointed up towards me, and I'm like, oh shit, let me go back out because it was so weird. And so yeah, no, I just do a 180 and get the hell out of there. And then I find the right room and I do some jabs and punches for a bit, because my gear got wet because Arizona. But yeah, no, I do that for a bit, and I go back to the room because I was like interested in what they were doing. Because I've seen people, what's it called? I've seen people use the room outside of like club hours. And so I just go there and like ask like, hey man, is this like for a club or like what's going on? And they're like, oh yeah, no, this usually is for a club, but like we're just dancing for fun. But they're still gonna dance. And dude, I kid you not, I was so tempted to just like, can I like join you? Cause like honestly, I kind of want to learn how to dance. I might next time. If I see them there next time, I'm definitely gonna ask if I can join them, dude. I would have, yeah, but like also I was kind of tired. I like on Friday I have not slept since the day before, so that I probably would have died. But it was fun. Next time, either Monday or Tuesday. I'll check if they're there. Anyways, back to the movie.
Here's an example of what we call reciprocal gestures. When two people are sort of getting together in their conversation, there seems to be a tendency for one person to make a move and then after a, say, 7-8 second pause for the other to reciprocate. Ah, he did it. Itinerant musicians have a very keen sense of place. And here this cello player is setting up at one of the best of them. We've been looking at places that work with the street. Now let's look at a directly contrary approach, the self-contained megastructure. These are a sort of urban fortress. Their common denominator is that they take you away from the street. Here at Houston Center, you're going up, up, up. The plazas and the terraces are 2 and 3 levels above the street. And from the street, you are completely insulated. You can drive from the suburbs in the morning into that garage there, walk through the skyways to the office, and spend the whole day without ever having to set foot in Houston at all. This is its streetscape. No stores, no windows. Not many pedestrians either, for that matter. The street level is for cars. The one activity is a bank window for people in cars. Here's Renaissance Center in Detroit. Very striking. Many attractions within. But what does it say at street level? Look at that huge berm across its entry. All that's lacking is a portcullis. Come in and be safe from Detroit, it says. Downtown Los Angeles, Broadway Plaza. Successful. Inside. A few blocks away, Atlantic Richfield Plaza. Very handsome. But what's happened to the street? Where are the stores? Where are the windows? Where are the people? Going down. 2 subterranean levels of shopping in balmy Los Angeles. In the next block, the Hotel Bonaventure. Dramatically scaled to the freeway, but not to the pedestrian. Look at the wall that it turns to the city. Have you ever seen a more brutal rejection of the street, or a more unnecessary one? Ironically, 20 miles away at Disneyland, people pay good money to enjoy a replica of a regular old-fashioned street.
Dude, oh
Shops
god.
and windows and doors.
I would go to
At street
Disneyland
level.
just for that.
Thus, to a point about plazas. Unless there is a compelling reason, don't sink them way down or put them way up. They get lost, like this elevated plaza in Seattle. Most sunken plazas are empty, near empty, most of the time. The action is up top, on the street. Well, what about Rockefeller Plaza? It's sunken and it's very popular. So it is. But look carefully and you'll see that most of the people are up top, looking down. It's an amphitheater. And the people down below are the show. Here's another exception that proves the rule. This is the plaza of the First National Bank of Chicago. Sunken, no mistake about that, but very popular. On a nice day, you'll find well over 1,000 people enjoying themselves here. Well, it does all of the basics quite well. There's lots and lots of sitting space, and it, too, functions as an amphitheater. As the place fills up, the steps will become a mezzanine, and there will be a show down below. to understand, let's go back to the corner and follow the passers-by. As they come abreast, you'll see, as we saw at Paley, lots of visual secondary use. Some people pausing to look in and then going on. Others pausing, sort of drifting down to the plaza. And the whole usage begins to build, layer by layer. People looking at other people. We come to a key person, the undesirable. It is for fear of him that spikes are put on ledges and benches made too short to sleep on. In actual fact, these people are harmless and sometimes very well behaved. Most often they are to be found in the places where other people are not. Then there are the people who do odd things, like drumsticks, who happens to be a compulsive cleaner-upper of litter. In many ways, the odd people do a service for the rest of us. They reassure us of our own normality. In well-used public places, people are tolerant of the odd ones. And life goes on with little fuss or trouble. This is Pershing Square in Los Angeles. In the morning, you will see many older men and some who move to a beat of their own. But they don't hurt anybody. It's not unsafe. And later, in the middle of the day, office workers will come out with their brown bags, and there will be a nice coexistence. And here is a pigeon lady. Every square should have one. Here's a place that is dangerous.
Ooh.
Bryant Park in the middle of New York.
Bryant Park is
Green and spacious, and the cops patrol it in pairs, as well they should. Real undesirables, muggers, dope dealers have made it their territory. They've been able to because it is cut off from the street by fences and walls. Very pleasant, these tree-shaded paths, but you can get a feeling of entrapment in them. Even a shuffling derelict poses a threat that he wouldn't elsewhere. To make a place like this work, you must unfence it. For guarding plazas, television cameras...
So the thing about Bryant Park is, what's it called? Like, today, it's a lot safer than it was before, obviously. Because now they hold a bunch of events there, and it's always crowded with people. And there's, like, no real space for, like, you know, bad people to show up. Right? And there's also the security. And obviously there's security because Bryant Park is built around, like, a library. One of the first libraries in the city. Yeah, I've been in there. It's actually really nice. Yeah. It's really nice and quiet, and I took pictures of the ceiling because it's, like, painted on and stuff. So cool. They even have, like, ice skating in Bryant Park, too. So it's, like, a lot better than before. But if you go there, like, off hours, like, when there isn't anything happening, it just smells like weed. It's just weed. That's it.
Are often favored. Their usefulness seems to be largely symbolic. They reassure management. They don't see very much. Nothing beats a human being. Safe and successful places usually have a kind of mayor. Here's one of the best, Joe Hardy of Exxon. He's good at spotting potential trouble, but what he likes best is helping people. Two girls, for example, who would like to have their picture taken. And that's one reason why there isn't much trouble. People do like the sun. They so visibly like it, men as well as women, that we were pretty sure that sunlight would be a major factor, the major factor perhaps, in plaza use, and that a southern exposure would be almost a necessity. And for a while, it looked as if we were right. Our early time-lapse, you'll recall, showed a very strong correlation between sitters and sun. That was in May. As time went on, June, July, August, the correlation vanished. People sat anywhere, sun or shade. Paley gave us another lesson. It lost part of its sun to a new office building. People came just as many as before. Sun was clearly not the ruling factor. Sun is most important in nippy weather, when the rays make the difference between sitting comfortably or not sitting. At Greenacre Park, the upper terrace is warmed by infrared heaters. Less costly is protection from the wind. Where it's provided, you can have a sort of nice sun theater. What hurts most is not so much the absence of sun, but of light. If we can't get the sun directly, perhaps we can borrow it. The same new buildings that are cutting off the sun from some places are reflecting it into others. As a matter of fact, some of the city's pleasantest lighting effects are from this kind of bounce light, particularly in the late afternoon. The new City Court building reflects sun with such a wallop that in one receiving block, trees are growing much faster than they did before. This black brick building bounces a surprising amount of light. And guess where to? Paley Park. It's a very soft, pleasant light. Here's a plaza with a northern exposure that gets lots of light, thanks to the building across the way. The best light at Seagram's is by reflection, some of it on the second, third, or fourth bounce. All these effects are quite unplanned, of course, but they do suggest that there are really some fascinating potentials for urban design. Sun easements, for example. Water is a wonderful amenity in the city, and it's an element that designers and developers are really doing quite well with. We're getting water walls, we're getting waterfalls, fountains, lots of spray. Here's a brook running through a lobby. One of the nicest things about these waterworks is the sound of them. Sometimes it's very loud. This water wall at Paley is about 75 decibels, but it's white sound, very restful, and it masks traffic noise and other people's conversation. Another thing about water is the look and feel of it. I've always felt that the water at Seagram's is particularly liquid, and I suppose the reason is that it's so very accessible. You can stick your hand in it and splash about, and nobody will rush up to stop you. You just know that girl has got to put her foot in the water. Some cities put water before people and then tell them not to use it. This isn't right. And it isn't right to take a grand old fountain, like Chicago's Buckingham, and put an electric fence around it. This girl is living dangerously, perhaps, but water ought to be used. This fellow wants to cool his feet, and why not? Forbidden. On this Denver Bank Plaza, there's water that is good to look at. And there's also water in which people can wade and splash about, and no one will fret over it. Praise to the bank. This splendid fountain in Portland dares people. And if this were taken in summer, you'd see teenagers clamoring all over it. It's obviously dangerous. Lawrence Halpern designed it to be obviously dangerous, and there's been scarcely an accident. Here's some vicarious water. This tunnel at McGraw-Hill Small Park splashes you, but you don't get wet. It's fun, and it's become quite a tourist attraction.
That's nice.
Another thing we're at last doing is opening up access to our waterfront. This is Jeanette Park on the East River, part of an office building complex. This is the South Street Seaport. It's an excellent example of how simple elements make a great urban space. It has all the elements. Nice space, places to sit, a nice view, and plenty of people.
I've been there before. I went ice skating with my sister and my dad last
Louisville has come back to the Ohio River with this rather elegant belvedere.
I went ice skating.
The prize goes to San Antonio. It took what was little more than a drainage ditch and turned it into a river corridor that goes right through the heart of the city. It's lined with a walkway, cafes, and sitting spaces, and is a perfectly wonderful example of good enclosure. You feel very comfortable here.
Paddle boat? Trees!
Trees are so beneficent for a city, it's a wonder we haven't planted more. and we certainly have plenty of good practical reasons to do so. Microclimate, shade, transpiration, cooling, beauty, so forth. But now we have a new reason. What with all the travertine that architects are laying about, the glare index of cities is soaring. We should make the most of this and press for many more trees. New York's new zoning now requires builders to plant far more in the way of street trees and more trees within the plaza itself. Where possible, they ought to be planted in groves quite close together. Now, this produces a fine canopy. As we noted at Seagram, the places that people like best are those which are open to the action, but are slightly recessed, slightly protected. You get a cavey feeling, and just a few honey locusts overhead will do it. If you want to seed a place with activity, put in food. At almost every lively plaza, you'll find a pushcart vendor. This man has been at Seagram for years, at 52nd and Park, even in wintertime when he moves over the steam manhole. Merchants don't like vendors, and they're always trying to get the police to shoo them away. Some cities don't allow outdoor eating at all. But the vendors are providing a service that people want, and they sometimes perform a social function too. Often they are the mayors, the rendezvous points, the gossip stations, as here at Charles Center in Baltimore. And a word with them is part of the day. Here's a little study in food dynamics. At the Exxon Mini Park, the management experimented with a food cart. It attracted people. Here's one of the first impulse buys.
That would be me for sure, dude. I'd be walking in like past places and trying to go back.
The activity, in turn, attracted other vendors. More people came to the park. Encouraged, the management next put in an outdoor cafe. The optical leverage in these things is really quite amazing. All they take really is a few simple props, some tables, some chairs, but put up the umbrellas, bring on the people, and the effect is really quite striking. It's a shill effect. The people who eat usually attract far more people. Built-in snack bars are a great draw. At Paley and Greenacre Parks, they provide good food, good coffee, too. They do it at reasonable prices, and they make a modest profit doing it. New York zoning now favors such facilities. Food kiosks, pass-through counters used to be classified as obstructions. Now they're amenities. Outdoor cafes are specifically encouraged, and developers are allowed to use up to 20% of the open space of the plaza for these cafes. The first cafe after the zoning passed was put up by the city itself. This windy space, next to the municipal building, was made into a kind of street festival.
I'm writing down notes.
First concessionaires were from Little Italy. Later, it was Chinese food and soul food. But the best thing about the cafe has been a shrewd use of space. The person who organized the cafe, then Deputy Borough President Jolie Hammer, laid out the tables and chairs with the tyrant's eye of a good hostess. She didn't spread them out. She compressed them. And the walkway was compressed also. So waiting in line or threading your way to a table, you almost have to meet someone. I've never seen so many people saying hello and goodbye and being introduced. It's the first time there's been a meeting ground for people from all of the departments, and it's splendid for politics, and it's splendid for younger people, too. I wonder how many marriages can be traced back to this cafe. Another lesson that was learned was the utility of the simple wastebasket, or rather, lots and lots of them. When there aren't enough, people are really quite conscientious in using them. It was also found important to make concessionaires keep up the cleaning job. Most of them used children to do this, but they did a rather effective job. We've gone over the basic factors, but there's one more, and for lack of a better term, I call it triangulation. By this I mean that characteristic of a public space that can bring people together, strangers. It's usually an external stimulus of some kind. It could be a physical feature or a happening. Here's a good example. These people are having a great time. Something is going on, and strangers are beginning to talk to each other about it. 2 bank robbers have been caught, and the police are searching them. This is a little extreme example. Perhaps here's a more typical one. This mime has attracted a good crowd, and so far, no cops. He makes fun of people. Here he goes up to some junior executives and draws a square. Everybody laughs. Here comes the cop. It's a nice moment, a city kind of moment.
Magician.
It doesn't make too much difference if the act is skillful or corny. It will draw a crowd, in less than a minute usually, and strangers will act as though they were not. What the performer does best is to provide a connection between them.
Okay, like street performers, I feel like back then were a lot more like dignified than they are now. Because a lot of times street performers now, they're just scams. They're just scams. Like, there's a really famous one. I say quote unquote famous, cause it's this act where there's a group of like 2 or 3 people, and their entire thing is one of them is going to jump over a row of people. And so what they end up doing is they spend hours trying to hype up a crowd, and like and so the way they do it, the way they make sure that people stay, is they would take someone from the crowd, usually someone that's like with like their group, and they're like, hey, stand here, you're gonna be our target to jump over. And so in doing that, they make sure that the rest of their group can't like leave. You know, they have to like watch the attraction, right? Which is kind of scummy. Hello, Kid Riser Isaac. You're late. You're late. You're late to the movie. It's a documentary. Same thing. Good morning. Oh yeah, no. And so they do that for hours and hours. Eventually, people lose interest, right? But they still get paid. That's the thing. They still get paid. But like they never end up jumping over. Like they will eventually do it, but like it takes hours. And it's not worth it. It's just a scam. Right? I think with like street performers, it's you pay them after you see what they do, because then you're like, oh, I like that, here, have some money. And not, hey, pay me to do some stupid thing that will probably not happen within the next hour. Right? That's like better. But like they're kind of popular because they hype it up so much. Even though it's like they're really like shitty people. Anyways, what's up, Kid Race? We're watching Social Life of Small Urban Places. Yeah.
What are they looking at?
It's my homework.
This again is at Seagram's. This time it's a sculpture. What in the world will they think of next, some people will say. Sculpture by Mark di Severo. And people certainly reacted to it. They argued about it. They went up to touch it. Strangers started talking about it. This is Dubuffet's Four Trees on the Chase Manhattan Plaza. This sculpture draws people to it. They like to walk underneath it, to touch it, to look up at it. They like to stand around it. It does a lot for the rest of the plaza. The scale is just right for this rather large space. It is a very sociable element. Here's a very similar combination on the Federal Plaza in Chicago. Here is a morality tale. This is Louise Nevelson's
it's
night
probably
present.
not as bad as like
when she gave it to the
people
city,
hyping
it
up
was
a crowd
placed in front of
like
the walkway
50
to the Central
60
Park
people
Zoo.
for like 3 hours.
People sat on it.
Only
They
to
ate
not
lunch
do
on
the
it.
thing.
They looked at it and argued about it. They
That
touched
culture's
it
always been a
almost
thing? I mean, I guess.
surreptitiously to see what it was made of, Corten steel.
Feels a lot easier now though with like social media and everything.
It didn't block the pedestrian flow.
Because then
In a
it's
sort
like,
of
oh, I can
Venturi
take a
effect,
picture
it
of
seemed
this
to
thing,
stimulate the flow,
right?
to attract people
Share
to
with
it,
my friends, I have
around
a story, you know.
No longer. The statue was moved to Upper Park Avenue.
Really?
Nobody sits on it anymore or touches it. Usefulness is not the only measure of sculpture and street furniture, but it certainly doesn't hurt, as this woman is demonstrating what better use for a glass curtain wall. And why not shelves? Here's a wall that's a digital clock. I've never been able to read the time here, but it's a lot of fun to look at.
That's kind of funny.
See if you can figure this one out. The real sun will show you the clue. It's a painting by Richard Haas. Here's a nice one up in Boston. Here's an inspired example of triangulation. St. Peter's, a church with a window to the street. Passerbys are drawn to it, and they talk to each other about what they see.
Horrifying.
Oh, God. Absolutely beautiful.
At the future.
Why isn't his face different ways? Isn't that something? Look at that organ. Oh, my God. Isn't that gorgeous? And the minister sits right in the center there where
That's
the
a church.
table, and that's where he stands. It's a very beautiful church.
That's really weird.
I love it.
Scary me way too.
I like it.
Seriously.
Kind of funny seats, though. Oh, I love the organ. Oh. That's not my idea of a church. What is this? It's really nice. It's very little. Yeah, but it's nice.
No, it's less. I think it's great in the city and the building to have all this. It brings religion right closer to the people.
Our recommendations, after many stormy meetings and public hearings, were incorporated in New York City's new zoning code.
Nice.
The main points we've noted:
Yeah,
sitting
she's like
space,
him. They're
close linkage with the street,
really
trees,
God.
and food. Not made mandatory, alas, we lost on that one, but strongly recommended. Another provision requires that at least 50% of the building's frontage must be
we
for
actually
retail
made a
activity,
change.
not just for banks or blank walls. There must be access for the disabled, ramps, easy steps, in effect, better access for everyone. The plaza must tie closely to the street, be no more than 3 feet beneath street level or 3 feet above. There are stiff maintenance requirements, and the zoning enables and encourages the rejuvenation of existing plazas. As a next step, the Commission's excellent urban design group came up with comparable requirements for residential construction. As a result, small neighborhood parks.
I had to
One
read
of the
this
most
zoning
encouraging
regulations.
things that's been taking place has been the livening up of existing plazas. The New York Telephone Company put in this snack bar and lots of tables and chairs. They are very well used. So well, indeed, that there's no vacuum anymore for undesirables. On other existing spaces, cafes have been going up, and the spaces are much the better for it. More benches are being put out in front of office buildings and stores. The ones closest to the activity, bus stop, store entrance, are the ones that people like best. Older people especially. Closer to the action, the more they like it. We're also seeing a spontaneous invigoration of a number of public places. One is the plaza area around 60th Street and Central Park. It's always been a pleasant place, but now as office construction has moved up to it, there's a big new constituency, and on weekdays it's jammed. Vendors of every kind are there. Shish kebab, with or without pita, falafel, fruit, lemonade. There's usually a lot of chit-chat back and forth. What's that fellow at? Chinese beef, he answers. Now they're hooked. It draws more of a crowd, and that draws more people. He usually has a cycle of about 8 minutes on this. And mostly it's very much of a show. The beef, by the way, is quite good. Now the cops have to give tickets, and so they do, rather desultorily, but mostly it's live and let live.
Oh my god, it's one of the mascots. Actually see people walk around.
Frederick
people just
Law
use, like,
Olmsted
speakers
said that
to
Central
put down their
Park
bags.
should be a great gathering place for all kinds of people. And so it is here. You need a pretty good sized sidewalk for bookstalls, but they do busy a place up rather nicely. These particular bookstalls, the first few years of operation barely broke even. It takes time to build a market, but now they're doing quite well.
Virus. What did you click? Oh. Oh, you read the
Another great place
There is
is
no
the
virus.
front
It's
of the
totally not a
Metropolitan
virus. What are you
Museum of
talking
Art.
about? Hello,
Steps are fine for sitting. As you
Watching
might
my
expect, the steps right and smack in front of the entrance are the most favored. But there are movable chairs as well. And they're out 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. People have been so good at not taking them that the museum figures it's cheaper just to leave them out and replace the few that are lost.
I'm sorry.
The water is to be used.
That water's dirty though.
The museum is quite hospitable to entertainers and vendors. Some of the neighbors are not, and call the cops. So the chasing of the vendors has become a stocked act in the street theater out in front of the steps.
It's not dirty. What is it?
The vendors are a very resourceful lot, and they will be back.
It's flavorful. Okay, you're right. It's just a soup. My bad.
Question: from city to city, are the basic factors pretty much the same? Answer: generally yes. But there is one key variable: scale.
Okay.
This is Phillips Square in Toronto. Very big place, but its proportions are right for the buildings around it. Here's another well-scaled place. It's the park that Seattle built over its freeway. It's quite large too, but it's experienced really on foot as a series of smaller spaces. Now we come to a smaller city, Lansing, Michigan. The best part of its new pedestrian mall is this one square. Not very big, but quite comfortable in relation to its surroundings. Very pleasant. The tendency is to overscale. Here is the Mall of Riverside, California. Sometimes it is almost empty. Cities like Riverside, which are low density to begin with, need to concentrate. This mall disperses over a fairly large space activity and people and stores which, had they been compressed, might have come together in a critical mass.
Then there's the girl. Yeah.
Here is a critical mass.
I'm gonna get rid of
This
it
is Fountain
someday.
Square, Cincinnati, which
Since I
covers
haven't watched this
actually
movie and
considerably
then,
less
we're
space
talking about
than the mall that we just saw.
Now it's just
And there are
giving
many,
examples
many
of the
more people in it.
things it was talking
It's
about.
probably the best public square in the country. It has a close relationship to the street, is well enclosed by the surrounding buildings. The designers have provided all kinds of choice, different kinds of sitting space, different kinds of places to eat. It's well programmed with activity. But most important of all, they put the space in the very center of town, not 5 or 6 blocks away, but at the 100% location. And this is why it is such a unifying place. Cincinnati comes together here. And you can touch the water.
Oh, you can touch the water.
A public square that's indoors, the Crystal Court of the IDS Center in Minneapolis. It's nicely transparent, no black walls here. Connects well with the streets,
Wow.
and stores, and buildings around it. On the second level, there are walkways. They become quite a notable feature, helped
Touch
by the
water?
fierce
That's what I'm
Minnesota
saying.
winter climate, and by very heavy pedestrian flows. Some smaller cities are copying the walkways, but without the heavy flows or the
Touch
weather.
grass, maybe
They
I
should
think that's
look
too much.
again.
I don't think it's legal.
This place works because of its fundamentals, and they are the same for a space with a roof as one without. Like Fountain Square, this is right smack in the center of town. It shows in the people. And that's why this is such a good place for looking at them. There are all kinds,
Such.
old people, young people, blue collar, white collar. You get quite a different feeling here than you do in a suburban shopping center. Here you are at the crossroads. In the old city of Boston, next to Faneuil Hall, some ancient market buildings have been made into the most successful marketplace in the country, and a very urban one. There are lots of highly specialized shops, every conceivable kind of food. The place is crowded and it's a bit messy. People sit all over the place. Notice how they're sitting on the steps especially. It's quite energy efficient. These public spaces open out to the outside, and in good weather, these garage-type windows are rolled back to the open air. And almost always, even in the
Architecture
coldest weather,
planning,
people will
yeah.
be sitting and eating outdoors. What we have here is the very opposite of the
Urban
self-contained
planning
megastructure. The market is very much a part of downtown, the street, and you see the street going right through
It's
it.
still pretty interesting. It's making me sleepy.
It was
I've been
only
taking
after
notes.
we had
I don't think
studied
they're
many
actually
other
saying anything
places
useful
that I
now,
realized
though.
we could
We're
have
nearing
learned
the
all of
end,
the
so
lessons
I don't think I
right
need
here
to.
on 101st Street. It's an excellently scaled block,
This mall's our nightmare
a
because it's
comfortably
fitting the worst
sized
possible
space,
locations.
very
Honestly,
nicely enclosed.
The mall, I
Lots
like
of
to go to
people.
the Sunlight Mall,
And
but
food.
you literally
Food.
can't get to it if you don't have a car. It's kind of stupid.
Very social activity, too. Water? Yes.
There's a lot of
And
stuff
you
to
can
do
touch
there.
it, you can aim it, you can slosh around in it.
You know, you can touch the water here too. That's wicked.
Sitting, the best kind of space, slightly elevated. The lot at the corner is used for games, but the street itself is the #1 area for recreation, including that very popular form, the polishing of the car. This block has its problems, but it works as a place. Here we are, back at Seagram. It's a hazy, muggy afternoon. Incidentally, that's the kind that always seems to bring people out, even more so than the nippy ones. A group of music students are giving a little impromptu concert. Some executives are still conferring. It's a very nice time. Just before 2 o'clock, everybody's about ready to close up.
Kinda like Dude's voice though.
So we end our film on plazas,
Oh, it's
not
gonna
on the
end.
plaza, but on the street itself. And that's where we should. The street is the river of life for the city. We come to these places not to escape from it, but to partake of it.
That's it. Yeah. That was interesting. Oh, you can see my activate windows in the corner. I didn't realize. No. I didn't realize. I feel kind of bad, but also I'm never paying for windows either. Spacious and comfy, free access to many forms of entertainment. You must be able to touch the Wawa. That's all he got. That's basically half of what he spoke about. He also talked about having enough seating space. And also like how people like to sit. What else did he talk about? How having a sunlight reflected into the plaza one way or another would be fine. You see my watermark? No, if it's game capture, it doesn't show it. What else did he talk about? Oh yeah, if there's chairs, people would tend to move them regardless of whether or not they moving them does anything. How homeless or undesirable people, as he called them, affect how plazas are made, depending on how if the person who made them has a problem with them or not. What else they talk about? Access to water. Having people that look after the park to make sure no one's messing it up. Having a lot of trash cans so that people are pressured into using one of them. And keeping it clean. Mainly because you don't want... Yeah, but no. Public seating is almost non-existent. The seat would... Yeah, they show that here as well. They demolished the entire team with a brick soldier mystery. Cringe. Anyways. Back to the game. I got all the notes I needed. I should be able to do my homework just fine now. That was actually more interesting than I thought. Oh, it kicked me out. Feel bad. I also feel bad. Me who takes my trash home regardless of trash bins. Honestly, if I'm like in the train, I'll just like put trash in my pocket, and sometimes I forget about it. Cause well, you don't have the thingy above, you know. Sussy noises. Okay. Where the freak am I? Oh yeah, we were doing this puzzle. Hold up, it changed. This is a different puzzle. What? It didn't look like this before. Will I remember to change the category? It should be the right category. The category, I didn't change the category for the movie because I did not. You're right. Never mind. I actually did forget to change the category. I thought I changed it at the beginning of the stream because I was playing this at the beginning of stream. But no one reminded me, I guess. Fuck. It's one of those puzzles again. This man, dude, I'm kinda smart. Alright, this one's easy. I'm playing Overwatch, no time to memorize. Stop playing Overwatch. So we got that one. Frame rate's kind of bad on my end, but it looks fine on stream, so I think it's fine. I was learning about how to add black bars. I also need to learn that. Oh, because you're editing a lewd video. This man editing lewdness in my stream. My wholesome stream. How could you? You have 3 out of 2 comp games. That's more than I do. You guys think I can climb this? Nope. Right. Uptime, 1 hour and 44. Yeah, 22 minutes of a puzzle game. Should be fine. Oh, I didn't do this one. Hold up, I'm kinda tempted to see if there's something over here. Wait, hold up. I need to check this. It's at 120. It should be fine. 15 minutes. 15 minutes of puzzle game. I think I'll be fine. The frames do be framing right now, that's all I can say. Let's do this one. You see it with text in the bar. Can't you just add a color and then, like, mask it with a shape? Okay, connect all the dark cells. Alright, this one should be kind of easy, I think. Wait a minute. I lied. So the white has to go up here. Like this easy to remove? Oh, makes sense. This one's a pretty easy one. Draw an image in paint and add it. That could work. Okay. Oh, this one's weird. I have to go like over here, I think. Okay, nice. YouTube tells me people want the loot. Ah, that's YouTube though. What do you want to do? You know, that's what the real question should be. One of the rings. Oh. Another one of these. There has to be something up there. Oh, I found it. Oh, I had to hold it. I think you go here. Wrong target. Where's this one? Maybe it's like in here. Wait a minute. Could it be? Do I have to look at it through this hole? No. Did he just... What is he? Oh, he's emoting. What the fuck? Oh wait, Saturday Wednesday going. Since we have more people showing up. Also, this game is an open alpha, and I really like it. So if you like it, then you should see it. This is a perspective puzzle if I've ever seen one. Hold up, hold the phone. Setting up my mic for Phasmo sucks. It's easy, but I'm lazy to do it. Imagine playing Phasmo. Don't make that pattern. Oh. Huh? Oh, cause the rule. Oh, there was no rule about it. Right, so don't make that pattern. So we just. What is this teaching me though? 1, 2, white. 1, 2, 3, white. 1. Three. There we go. My day, you slept in, stayed up at 9. Oh, good morning. Good, that's a good day. I might order some takeout. I'm gonna be real. I am feeling for takeout. I feel like I want takeout right now. I want like chicken broccoli. I haven't had any in so long. It's not like my dad likes to order whenever we order takeout. Yeah, this is just teaching me the 4 thing. I'm gonna go sleep now. Good night, evil. This way. This way. This way. This way. Can't go that way. My only complaint is that you have to fill in everything after you're done. Alright, it's 4 AM. This dude is crazy. Guys, I'm level 8. Anyways, perspective. Why? How? Ooh, I think I have to go up there. This might be a new type of puzzle. Whoa. It's also 20 gigabytes, so it's also very poorly optimized. Light pattern, bro. This game got too many puzzles, man. Too many. I should get that without falling. I'm gonna talk about stuff. Completely forgot. I got a call earlier, but they muted themselves because they had to go to the bathroom, and then and then they're like, actually, I can't call right now, and I'm just like, damn. Anyways, Mortal Kombat is 100 gigabytes. Why? I heard there's like a switchboard too. I heard a lot of people are not satisfied with how it came out. Because apparently they lowered the graphics by a fuck ton. And so people are like, why did they do that for the Switch, but not for the, not for like the PS4, right? Because like if they could release a Switch version, why can't they release a PS4 version? Which I understand, but it's also kind of like, that costs money, kind of. Since like they're already making it for like the PS5, what's the point of making it for the PS4? I think it's like their logic. I could be wrong, of course. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I am desperately wrong. Well, yeah, no, I think that's the logic they're going for. Where are you going? It's leading me. Where the fuck did it go? The Tree of Life. Oh, this is the thing with the Mirabellus parts or something. You have space for it? I know you're looking forward to the game. Kinda suck if you don't have space for it. It's too big. What's this? Oh, it's something I already clicked. This might be a bit tough. Oh, I pinged over here. When did that happen? So you're gonna salute vids? What do you want me to do instead? Do, I don't know, like Five Nights at Freddy's? I don't know. Over here. Oh, nice. Kinda, I don't like how he kinda gave me the solution, but also I was low-key kinda stuck on it. I know for a fact this game will be a lot prettier. Hopefully there's no fall damage. Oh. Hey, yo, where are you going? Nice. Oh! Ooh, one of these things. What would be the right way to look at it? I think I have to jump up here. Oh wait, no, here. There we go. Maybe they'll fighting all the mortal shell bosses with a shell being one shot. Could not be. The wise become unwise when they sleep. Take notes, everyone. Alright, I love these fractal puzzles, but they also hurt my brain. We might guess this one pretty... Survey available. Thank you for playing Islands in Insight. We provided... Sure. I'll just open the link. Appreciate the most. I like the different puzzles. And the walking around. Exploring. And I get icon. Exploring. Appreciate the least. Game is very unoptimized. Uses a lot of GPU when graphics are high. When otherwise other games would not. Say the puzzles suck? No, I'm enjoying the puzzle. The game is challenging. Kind of. It's different, definitely different than other puzzle games. Exciting, sort of. Interesting, yes. Predictable, kind of, I mean, It's pretty fun. It's not that frustrating. Make it more difficult? Honestly, they should make it more difficult. I'm excited. I kind of want to play this game when it's fully released, I'll be real with you. I wishlist it. I'm motivated to continue this game. I mean, yeah, right now I'm just playing it as like a just chatting game. And also because I like puzzle games. Equally fun if I played with or without my friends. I'm playing with myself. I want to play this game with my friends. Sort of. I don't. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't like this type of game. Just right. How clear is it? Using the map, upgrading skills. Didn't know that existed. You got the mastery title. Obtain sparks. Getting mass puzzle masteries. Which peripheral did you use the most? Mouse and keyboard. Among the following games, we identify which games you played for at least 2 hours. Yes. 5 hours. Yes. 10 hours. Yes. Last 12 months, have you played any puzzle game on either kind of? General, what type of game do you like to play? I mean, yes. Lonely Song. Don't! Just because you're right doesn't mean you can say that. Anyways. Feels rewarding. Kind of. I might just agree with all of these. Social, not really that important. Progression, not that important. Exploring, it's pretty fun. Problem solving, pretty fun. Mastery. Narrative and immerse. Discovery. What gender, guys? What gender am I? I don't know anymore. Guys, what gender am I? I might be kind of stupid. Where did you first hear about this game? Content creator. When will guns be added? Yes, yes. I have submitted the survey, and now I will be getting paid to do. I hope I get paid. Whee! So a lot of people are like level 8. Another one of these puzzles. I hate these. Keep doing them though. I already fucked it up. I already messed that one up as well. Ooh, that was close. Can't do that. Ooh, that's not it, I think. Friendless Sonder, you will play Pico Park again to lose more non-friends. I want to play with a full lobby for like 8 people next time I play, because otherwise I don't think I will have too much fun with it. I messed it up. I messed that up as well. Sniff. Ask Mr. Cotton. Mr. Cotton, are you gonna play again? Wherever is Mr. Cotton. And I wonder how it feels. Dude, that was it though. To love us, tears go by. The Bite of 87. Dude, I uploaded that Friday morning. I was like, I feel good about myself. Let's make a funny post. And then this man just replies with the Bite of 87, and I'm like in tears. Like, unironically crying right now. Dude, that's so close. I did something wrong. No, I didn't mean to restart it. Come here. How did I start this off? No. It's like this, I think. Maybe? Feel the energy of destruction. Dude, this is a puzzle. What do you mean non-puzzle? This is hard. My brain is chugging right now. It is steaming. That was not it. So I think we do this first. Then we do this. I think this is like the right, like we're going the right way, but like what am I actually doing? Which is my question. All right, what if I get rid of this right now? We're so fucking close. But then I can't move that one. Wait. Well, we can mess with the top, but eventually we have to get rid of this before we do anything. We do that first. And then we do this. I messed that up. Hold on. This has potential. This has potential to work. Now what the fuck do I do? Could also bring it down. Side of that. Try only to solve green, ignore the rest. Feels wait, there's still a green down here though. Hold up. Let's keep going the way I was going before. I can put this down. This kind of works. My brain don't like thinking. If I move it up, no, it's because we got the same thing. Do this first. No. Do that. Do this. No. Still left with the topple. I did that. Same thing. Am I stupid? This one, these types of puzzles don't have hints like the other one. Which I think is pretty sussy. Okay, what if I... No, I can't get rid of that one. I might just be stupid. I'm thinking. My brain's churning, and it tells me I'm stupid. So this has to go down. This has to go to the right. From here, what do I do? Okay. So we ought. That's not the right move, though. What am I doing wrong? That's not the right move. Potential. Potential to work. Oh, this works. We solved it. Fuck, no! I wasn't supposed to do that. I was supposed to do this first. Then. Oh my god, that took so long. Anyways, is the stream's technically over? I never put my music back on. The stream's technically over, but like, I kind of want to do one more puzzle because this one doesn't count. So this one's just annoying. This one's not a puzzle. It was simply annoying. Stairs again up here. I pretend the answer is yes. Oh wait, this is where I came from. There. I have this. It's kind of one, none in the tree, I think. This one seems like it'll be easier. So we have to get on top of that pillar somehow. I can just jump. There we go. Right. Here. And last one. There is a main quest in this game that I've been actively ignoring because there's just puzzles everywhere. Like everywhere you turn, there's just something to do. So my brain's like constantly overwhelmed. Those are the ones I saw. There's like hidden archways and like cubes you have to find. There's a lot of stuff to do. I like this game. I want them to sponsor me actually. I mean, right now it's free. I hope it stays free. Or at least you get like a discount for playing in the open alpha, beta, whatever it's called. It's like, I want to play this game more. Now, it is a multiplayer game. Also, you can barely see it, but there is an archway here. It is a multiplayer game, right? So, like, it should probably be more fun with friends, and they're probably gonna add more stuff to do with friends later on, because right now, it's kind of useless. Okay, what are these? Oh, they shrink up respect. Right. Okay, now right now the multiplayer is pretty useless. What is that one? Multiplayer with Lonely Sonder every Saturday. Oh god. Like, I like this game. It's a good game. Well, I say it's a good game. Is it actually a good game? I hope. Hey. I would like to think it is a great game. Right? Also, we have the cube here. Don't know where it goes. Oh, there it is. Oh. Let's complete the current quest. That's weird. Let's go back here. Might end the stream once I reach the bottom. There's not much else for me to do, I think, after I reach the bottom. Well, there's still a ton of puzzles I haven't done, but like... No. You know what I mean? I think you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean, because I don't know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Oh, my reward. Do you mean... He didn't ring. Huh? How did I fall through that? That's actually kind of crazy. That was entirely accidental. Oh my god. There's another one here. Is there any more? That was so funny how accidental. Alright, let's see if we can get to the pyramid. Or we can keep going down. Go to the pyramid. Ooh, it's one of these puzzles. No, let's end it off here, and the next stream we can go to the pyramid. Yeah, that's after doing this puzzle. Here, I think. Or maybe not. Dude, my curiosity's like killing me. Let's do this one. It has 4 pips. It has 4. This the level 5 difficulty. Numbers must be of equal size. This is so fucking cool. Pyramid, a resting place like Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh, I see the issue. Okay, so this goes clearly. This is. Hmm. Alright, let's pretend the white goes there. Oh, we can't go there. It goes here. I shall battle you in Yu-Gi-Oh! One day as well. I hate Yu-Gi-Oh! I can't understand the, like, rules, dude. I'm not smart enough for Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, now I understand why this puzzle was so hard. Simply learn the rule. Okay, you know what? My bad. That's because I'm missing. I guess. Finish at least one deck, you really beat Risa. But like, Risa's smart. But you know, you're right, I'm actually extremely intelligent. So, I got nothing. Means I got nothing on me. Hello, I'm more work right now, hiding in the bathroom. Hello, Yuna. How's the bathroom going? How's work going? Don't you get breaks? There is no sounder. You're right, I don't exist. Don't you get like breaks? Or is this your break? Is this your bathroom break? The only break you get? Playing a puzzle game and my brain currently hurts. How's your day? Bartenders don't get breaks? That's kind of... How long do you work? What? If it's anything longer than like 5 hours, then I feel like what you just told me is illegal. And to 11 hours, you're used to it? That's pretty fun. At least you're used to it. You know, as long as you don't have complaints, just... Yeah, nothing to complain about if you don't have any complaints. I feel this game makes me feel stupid. Because it feels like it should be easy. But it's not. Black. Today I'm definitely working like 10.5 hours from 5 PM to 3 AM. Bro, this is why your sleep schedule sucks. See, this is the issue. This is the skill. Except the stupid. I already have, but like I kind of want to solve this. I was gonna end stream at 10, but then I was like, but puzzles, you know. Someone was supposed to call me back, so I might stream until they call me back. Yeah, that's something. I feel like I'm so damn close. I solved it! Oh my god, I'm so smart. I'm actually a genius. I'm actually a genius. Also, I can't, like, I've completely forgot there's, like, hints, because the way I'm sitting, like, my mic blocks that corner of the screen, so I can't see the hints. I'm actually kind of a genius. Did you guys know that I'm kind of smart? Hello, Puzzle Games. I'm back. Welcome back from your comp gameplay. You lost 2 comp rounds. Actually funny. That's hilarious. This is karma for Blur. Deserved. Simply deserved. I don't know what else to tell you. I was supposed to end stream already. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know why I'm so late. I don't know why I'm so late. Hey, Yuna's gone. She's gone. She's dead. She left us alone to rot. Now, what are we gonna do? I'm being so extra for no reason. What they say. What they say. Got it. So yeah. She's I should be ending stream, but I'm kind of just like chilling right now. I don't know why. I think submit my assignment that we did on stream. This is what one would call a terminal skill issue. Yeah, I actually got a cool highlight that sadly wasn't playing, even though it was a triple kill with an extra forward. I was playing today with some people, and I got a team kill with Pharaoh ult, which wasn't the play of the game for some reason. I don't understand. I don't get why it wasn't, but it wasn't. So now I'm sad, because it could have been. It wasn't. Should've been playing in. Bastion got 2 kills, play the game. We're ending the stream. Fine, you're right. I am tired, I need to submit the assignment, and I have a call to get on after this. I told them to call me later. If they don't, I'm gonna be very sad, and I will call them out by name tomorrow. Also, I just disappear, not give Son a reason to remain. Bruh. You know what? To my, how many people are watching? How many people are watching? I don't know. I usually have my stuff open on my phone, but I didn't have it. To my 6 viewers. Thank you all for showing up. We're gonna end stream. I'm really happy I got that puzzle done. Because it makes me feel smart. And if it makes me feel smart, what the fuck? Huh? We'll deal with this next stream. We'll deal with what I just saw next stream. Yeah. No, we're gonna ignore that. Right, we're gonna ignore the pressing issue in our faces, like I do with most of the things in my life. Oh! I didn't say anything. Okay, so I got updates about the overlays. I commissioned them like 2 months ago. No, it's like a month and a half ago. Anyways, they updated me, and I sent like a teaser of it in the Discord. They're still working on it. That's not what the final like chat box is gonna look like, but they made it into a hamster. Dude, they made the chat box into a hamster, dude. I'm like freaking out. Ah. I feel bad like having like the toaster PNG in the corner and like the sub goals now, because they don't fit. They don't fit with the theme. I'm gonna have to change the sub goals and the colors with it though, make it fit eventually. Like, oh my god, the toaster though, I feel bad, dude. Hamster's the iconic of the show. Yes, we're not gonna have the PNG hamster. It's just like a hamster shaped chap. It's so good. But the giraffe is in the old days. It is. The giraffe might come back. The background for the overlays are still like the safari theme I went with in the beginning. And I might just bring the giraffe back. Like subtle. Anyways, yeah. I was excited about that. How do I end stream again? Where is the button? Actually, no, I need to play the music. Ignore it scrolling into my face. Yes. Alright, thank you for showing up. I kind of feel like raiding today because I'm very excited. I don't think there's anyone to raid though, so. Yeah, probably won't raid anyone because there's no one to raid. Finally got a bigger mouse pad. Dude, the mouse pad I'm working with is like the width of my hand. It's small. Yeah, I have a really small. You're better than me though. Good stream. Good stream. Alright, let's submit the assignment. Probably watch a movie or two. I really enjoyed the documentary we saw. I hope you guys did too. No one like said anything during it though, so I was assuming you were all paying diligent attention. When I have space, your whole fan for the last one. Yeah, mine's a bit bigger than my whole hand. If I stretch out my fingers, it's like the entire size of it. Oh, we'll be back tomorrow. Honestly, I might keep playing this game because it's a free multiplayer game that chat can also play. So, I think it counts. Unless you guys want to play something else tomorrow. Down with whatever. I'm really enjoying the puzzle game. It makes my brain think. And we all know that I need that. Overwatch, we're not gonna play Overwatch. You're not playing. If I play Overwatch, I'm playing one of those stupid, like, tower defense custom games. And, like, for the entire stream, and you're not gonna stop me. That's all I'm saying. Oh, that's all I did. Good night, goodbye.